Sugarhill, Ddot before they were famous.
Younger and younger, don't they? Today, drill music's newest dynamo and childhood prodigy is kid that we know as Sugarhill Ddot. This youngster has just barely entered his teenage years, and he's already throwing around more money on social media than the rest of us are likely to see in our lifetimes. Wait a minute, did this 14-year-old just call me broke? But that isn't to say that everything has been perfect during this kid's rapid ascension.
Killed one
in
and
fact,
then
it was
died,
only a couple
nigga.
months ago that he had to find a way with dealing with the passing of one of his closest friends, fellow teenage rapper Nnadi Osama. What exactly happened to Ddot's closest pal in the music industry, and how did this literal adolescent climb up the ranks of the drill scene so damn quick? If you want to find out the answer to those questions and a whole lot more, then stay tuned to our latest edition of Before They Were Famous. But before we get started, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to make sure that you don't ever miss a single one of our episodes. Plus, doing those 3 things really helps with our channel's growth. And without further ado, let's get right into today's story. Sugarhill Ddot was born on March 8th, 2008. Yeah, Sugarhill Ddot is a youngster, but with that being said, he's occasionally discussed his earlier days during a few interviews that he's been a part of up until this point in his career. And this is what we've managed to discover. For one thing, he was born to a Dominican family that made their home in Harlem Sugarhill. Bordering Jackie Robinson Park, the neighborhood of Sugarhill earned its name in the 1920s when it became a popular place for wealthy African Americans to live during what's known as the Harlem Renaissance. That's when prominent black artists like Duke Ellington and Cab Calloway, not to mention civil rights activists like Thurgood Marshall and Roy Wilkins, would move in and begin calling the 75-acre area home. And while large sections of Sugarhill are relatively affluent, that's not to say that's everybody's experience growing up there. I mean, it certainly wasn't for Ddot, who has spent a considerable amount of time in his life hustling on the neighborhood streets simply to survive. Or at least he likes to present himself as such. And let's not forget here, ladies and gentlemen, this kid is still 13 years old. There's no denying that he likes to play rough, and at times, very rough. Am I allowed to say that? He's only 14.
Y'all know who I'm smoking on? Oh!
Ooh.
What? It's too early?
Word to my dad. Nah,
Jay,
word to my
rip
dad.
that shirt.
I will really fuck you up. Say you
Shut
smoke.
the fuck up.
You say you smoking my dad. Word to my dad. I'm punching you. Word to my dad. Dog.
Bro, what are you doing with Zah? You like 12, bro.
After spending his earliest days of his childhood enjoying quality television programs like
do love
Nickelodeon's
Pennywise
The Fairly
there.
Odd Parents, Ddot got his first taste of behind the scenes of the music industry when he got caught up in Fox's popular hip-hop series, Empire. While Ddot says he didn't listen to all that much music as a kid, he did occasionally get down to some old-school Tupac. And when he wasn't listening to Tupac, he would throw on some Chris Brown classics. That's range. Your goats are Chris Brown and Tupac. Like the range, youngin'.
Growing up, like I used to listen to like old niggas, like RP, Tupac, like First Off, Fuck You, Click and Clank. For me,
What you know about Tupac?
what you mean? Why you acting nigga?
Little did he know that soon enough he would be churning out some classics of his own. Sugarhill Ddot was largely inspired to pick up a microphone for the very first time after watching a number of his friends and associates around the block earn themselves a reputation in the suddenly exploding drill rap market. I'm talking names like Ddot Baby and Shaw EK, who would oftentimes invite Ddot to show up in the background to their music videos, even when he wasn't performing. It was Ddot Baby in particular who took Ddot under his wing and told the kid to consider taking rap more seriously. Well, something he said must have gotten through, because rather than wait around until he was a little bit older, Sugarhill Ddot began hitting the booth to record his own stuff.
Nah, yeah, my son Ida, that's really my heart right there. My son really made me like, he used to tell me like, yo, take that serious. And back then I never used to take that serious. Used to do mad trillers and shit. Feel me?
He started off his career with a few viral clips over on Triller before releasing his first real music on YouTube and SoundCloud, with singles like Too Tact and Everybody Shot, as well as Evil Twins, where he performed alongside his good friend and fellow early adolescent, Nnadi Osama. But before we
Why
do,
do they keep calling him adolescents, bro? Is that not crazy, bro?
I want to finish out laying out the
These are mans. Who's my mans?
arc of this kid's career. After establishing himself as someone who is capable of spitting
These
some
Ddot
truly
niggas?
sick
Nah, I
bars
don't
on
know
the mic,
these niggas.
Sugarhill Ddot would release a couple of music videos on Raps and Hustle's YouTube channel before striking out on his own channel and dropping singles like Reality, Warzone, and I Wanna Love You, all of whom now regularly earn stream counts in the hundreds of thousands. Then, in the summer of 2022, he'd team up with Nnadi Osama to record a follow-up to Evil Twins, appropriately entitled Evil Twins Part 2. But only weeks before he was set to release the accompanying music video to that track, tragedy would strike and Ddot would find himself taking the biggest loss of his young life. To this point in his career, Ddot's most common partner in crime when it comes to music has been the 14-year-old rapper known as Nnadi Osama, whose real name is Ethan Reyes.
Police say on Saturday there was some sort of dispute on the street that trickled into the 137th Street City College train station. Eventually, an altercation led to Reyes being stabbed at least once in the stomach.
The exact reasoning for this altercation has not been revealed, but the police have alluded to the accused having been confronted by Nnadi and other associates while waiting for the City College subway station. During his attempt to flee the situation, the accused individual stabbed Reyes and then made his escape. He was later arrested by police and charged with first-degree manslaughter and criminal possession, as the entire thing was caught on surveillance footage. Osama was one of 6 children, and he wasn't the only rapper in his family. His older brother, Didi Osama, is also a promising and up-and-coming voice in the drill rap genre. In fact, Nnadi and Didi have both appeared alongside Ddot in music videos to tracks like 2 Tact, as well as 40s and 9s. Needless to say, Nnadi's death hit Ddot particularly hard, as he considered him to be as close a brother as he could possibly get without being blood-related. And Ddot says that he damn near lost his mind when he first heard the news of what happened. I mean, who wouldn't?
Losing my
Like, what was going through
mind.
your mind at that time?
I was like losing my mind at the moment. For me, it's my brother right there. I love his soul. He know what's up, bro. He know what's up.
Now, this young kid is more determined than ever to succeed and accomplish his ultimate goal of taking over the Bronx drill scene, not only for himself, but for his fallen friend as well. You gotta respect that. Will Sugarhill Ddot live up to these high expectations for himself, or will he ultimately get lost in the ever-increasing crowded landscape of drill music? We're just gonna have to wait and see how things shake out. I mean, after all, this is before they were famous. Thank you everybody for watching today's episode. Please let us know what you thought in the comment section down below. Don't forget to